Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this. What up, guys? Welcome back to the DMV channel. I'm Jeff Dixon. Isaiah's behind the camera. And in this episode, we are doing a DIY El Cheapo coilover conversion for our 1993 LS Miata. Let's get to work. All right, DIY super cheap coilovers. So what we've got the front factory Mazda Miata coilovers, which they did a great job with designing the suspension in this car, especially for the 90s. So this makes it real easy since it's already essentially a coilover, a shock. It's not a strut, it's an actual shock with the coil on it. So these are stock ones. They're actually in really good shape. They have plenty of rebound and they're pretty nice, but we're replacing them. And I went with the super cheap and affordable Japanese KYB shocks. They come in the package like this, which they're direct factory replacement. And we've got this part to get rid of and to achieve essentially these. So Mini Cooper bump stops, $5 a piece. They're kind of crappy. I don't know if they'll actually last. I've got some used. They weren't used, they were new old stock. I can't remember what brand these are, but they're a name brand, good brand. 7-inch springs, 600 pounds. I know that's a lot, but they were like, I think $20 a piece on eBay. I mean, you can't beat deals like that. And then I'm just using the cheap Chinese eBay coilover kit. Oh, almost lost my beer. It's got the cheap springs. Those are junk, you don't want those. You can get decent ones of these for like $70 for a set. I watched quite a bit of reviews about just these. These cost me like $50. I don't know if I had it to do over again, I might splurge and get the decent ones. But the springs are trash. You're gonna throw these away. So I've got 600 for the front, 400 for the back. Both brand new, both new old stock, and I think I paid about 20 to 25 bucks a piece for the spring, and they're a name brand good springs. So what the plan is, and eventually we'll be building new top hats. I don't particularly like these hats, but we're gonna go with it today. So the way this works, bump stop, this slides off, and you can see the difference right here. This is a retainer for the boot that covers this. This is what the spring actually rests on from the factory. So we're going to get rid of that retaining ring right here. You can see it's taken off so that this slides down, and this will now support the spring and not the factory perch. And that is our cheap, super cheap KYB Excel coilover conversions. That's about it. Let's get to it. Made in Japan. Alrighty, so here's what we're gonna do. Trash car. Pretty simple, really. There's been so many videos done on stuff like this. Kind of seems pointless, but welcome to the DMV channel. I wish I could have afforded some nice stuff, but this is a budget build, but not a crappy build. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut that retainer ring off. I'm gonna get that done. That's about all of that. Then the second thing we're gonna do, we got our eBay deals, but we don't want these to rattle, and they should. Oh, they don't. Oh, wait a minute. This is even better than the other one. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Okay, technical difficulties. Let me see if I can, let me get a hammer. Man, everything's sticky. I heard that polyurethane grease is like its own kind of special sticky grease, and I was like, yeah, right, whatever, man. It's crazy grease. Okay, so these might be, I'm just gonna try this. Don't freak out. Don't panic. Now you get to see what living in the Ozarks is really like. Yes, that's gonna be beautiful. Oh, no. That's not beautiful. It's not beautiful. So here's the problem. This doesn't fit in that. Or does it? Man, it's so close. All right, putting it back on backwards. You're getting it wrong! So my plan is this fits straight down into that. Boop. And that'll work. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fine. Except it puts it up so high. Why can't it just fit? So much for the paint job. Man, that looks perfect. Okay, so some things didn't go as planned. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take this spring perch off, flip it over like this, and let our threaded adapter sit right on top of it. The thing I don't like about that is I wanted the car a little bit lower. So by the time we make up some of the distance lost in height, we're going to be about stock height. So what's that going to translate? Probably to about a stock ride height. But later when we make new top hats, we can lose about another inch. And I only wanted the car about 1 to 2 inches lower, probably about 2. So we'll see where this gets us. I don't know. We're making this up as we go. So put this back on upside down for the second time now. All right, hold on. Let's keep thinking about this. We'll be back in a little bit. YouTube magic. We got one done. So this is about what it looks like. I'm a little nervous on if we'll be able to actually lower the car with this setup or not, or if it's going to make it at stock ride height. I don't really know. I know that when we remake our top hats, that will lower the car by about an inch, what I have planned for the top hats. So we're just going to play it by ear. So to show you how we made these, the first thing we did was we took the spring perch off and then we cut it. And after we cut it, we cleaned it up with a file a little bit, flipped what was left of it over and drove it back down onto the shock. And then at that point, we were able to put this on, slide it down, slide the springs on. And we do not have spring compressors, so we had to get real creative in the car and use the weight of the car to drive the ram up, the rod up through the top hat and bolt the top hat on. But we'll show you guys all that. But this is how we did it. Might not be how you want to do it. Look what we forgot. Bump stop! Bump, bump, bump stop! All right, let's do this in reverse and put the bump stop back on. Okay, we got our depowered rack and it goes up here like that. All this has been test fit many times, so it should just go right in. Got new boots on it, new outer tie rod ends. Really, really tight fit for all this. So it looks like we could have brought the motor down another ½ inch and still been safe, but whatever. These go here. We'll leave all these parts loose so that when we're doing a shakedown, we'll find them. Gosh, I just know that's gonna happen. That is tight. When in doubt, hammer it out. That's about it, guys, for this episode. We've got our cheap KYB coilovers, which I think they're about the equivalent of stock Miata shocks, which aren't the worst shocks in the world. We got these springs off eBay that 20, 25 bucks a piece. They were new old stock. I would guess a racer bought them for setting up their car and yada, 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 ended up not using them. And then we have our cheap eBay coilover conversion kit. But all in all, pretty simple. Really happy to get the front end on. Feel like we're making a little bit of progress. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us here on the DMV channel.